Hi students, I am very happy to meet you all again through this video. Hope you would have enjoyed and understood the four parts of video lessons on lesson 1 nutrition in plants. Today we are going to start lesson 2 nutrition in animals. The topics we are going to see today are animal nutrition, digestion, different ways of taking food, various modes of feeding, digestion in humans, and introduction, the mouth and buccal cavity. Students, all living organisms need food to stay alive. What is the process of obtaining food necessary for health and growth? Nutrition. What are the different modes of nutrition? Autotrophic and heterotrophic. Last lesson you studied about autotrophic. Living organisms which can make their own food through the process of photosynthesis. You can say plants as example. Heterotrophs means what? Living organisms which cannot make their own food and depend on other plants or other animals, okay, for getting their food. They are called as heterotrophic. Heterotrophs also can be classified into some more groups. See these animals, herbivores. A herbivore is an animal that gets its energy from eating plants and plant products. See these animals, carnivores. A carnivore is an animal that gets food from killing and eating other animals. Omnivores. Omnivores are animals that generally derive their energy and nutrients from a diet of plant and animal matter. All living organisms need food. Why? It gives energy to do work, to grow, to repair damaged parts and functioning of the body, to protect the body against diseases. Our lesson animal nutrition includes nutrient requirement, mode of intake of food utilization in the body. The first topic, nutrient requirement, you have already studied as the components of food. Can you recall the components? Carbohydrates, proteins, fats, vitamins, minerals, water, and roughage. Here, carbohydrates and fats provide us energy to do work. So, they are called as energy giving food. We need protein to grow, to build our body cells. So, they are called as body building food. We need vitamins and minerals to increase our immunity power to protect us from diseases. So, they are called as protective food. Water is also very much important to function the systems in our body. It helps us to remove the waste in the form of urine and sweat. Roughage is also very much important. It helps us to remove the waste from our body. That is undigested food. These nutrients are complex substances. These complex substances cannot be utilized as such. So, they needed to be broken down into simpler substances. Only then our body can absorb these nutrients and use them. The breakdown of complex components of food into simpler substances is called digestion. See the box. During digestion, the complex substance gets broken into simpler substances. For example, carbohydrates get broken into simple sugars like glucose. Proteins get broken into amino acids. Fats get broken into fatty acids. In animal nutrition, the second topic is mode of intake of food. The mode of taking food into the body varies in different organisms. Taking food into the body is known as ingestion. Different methods are there. Let us see. Some animals like butterfly, hummingbird, suck nectar from flowers. Sucking. Sucking. One more example. Hummingbird sucks nectar from flower. Listen. See how nicely it's sucking. Suckling. Many baby animals feed on their mother's milk. Swallowing. Snakes like the python swallow the animals they prey upon. Filtering. Some aquatic animals like duck filter tiny food particles floating nearby and feed upon them. These animals are called as filter feeders. Scraping. Snails have thousands of tiny teeth on a ribbon like tongue. They can rip the food to bits. Deposit feeding. Some animals like earthworm take in food from particles in the soil. These animals are called as deposit feeders. Strange way of ingestion in starfish. It feeds on animals covered by hard cells of calcium carbonate. They first open the shell with their arms. Then it pops out, that is, pushes out its stomach through its mouth to eat the soft animal inside the shell. Then the starfish pulls it back in. Stomach goes back into the body, and the food is slowly digested. Did you watch that? Coming out and going back of the stomach? Yes. Now you know some of the ways in which animals get food. There are many more. Once they take it in, their body has to break it down into simpler substances. This process is digestion. Now we are going to see digestion in humans. In this, we take in food through the mouth, digest, and utilize it. The unused parts of the food are defecated. The food we intake passes through a continuous canal, that is muscular tube, which begins at the mouth or buccal cavity and ends at the anus. The canal is called as alimentary canal or digestive tract. It can be divided into various compartments: the buccal cavity, food pipe or esophagus, stomach, small intestine, large intestine, and the anus. The food components gradually get digested as food travels through the various compartments. The alimentary canal or digestive tract and the associated glands together constitute the digestive system. The salivary glands, liver, pancreas, the inner walls of the stomach and small intestine secrete the digestive juices. These juices convert complex substances of food into simpler ones. The digestive tract and the associated glands together form the digestive system. Now, let us know what happens to the food in different parts of the digestive tract in detail. The oral cavity or buccal cavity is the first part of the digestive tract. Food is taken into the body through the mouth. The process of taking food into the body is called ingestion. Then teeth help to chew and grind the food. Tongue mixes saliva with the food and helps in swallowing the food. Salivary glands secrete saliva which breaks down starch that present in the food material into simpler substances. Now let us see step by step. Before that, you have to recall milk teeth and permanent teeth. You have already studied about this. The first set of teeth grows during infancy and they fall off at the age of between 6 to 8 years. These are termed milk teeth. The second set that replaces them are the permanent teeth. The permanent teeth may last throughout life or fall off during old age or due to some dental diseases. Permanent teeth will be 32 in number. In upper jaw, we will have 16 and in lower jaw, 16. So, totally, an adult will have 32 permanent teeth. We chew the food with the teeth and break it down mechanically into small pieces. Each tooth is rooted in a separate socket in the gums. Our teeth vary in appearance and perform different functions. Accordingly, they are given different names. First, incisors. These are the sharp teeth at front of the mouth that help to cut and bite food. They are flat with thin edge. Number of incisors in lower jaw 4, in upper jaw 4, so totally 8 incisors will be there. Canines. Canines are the sharp pointed teeth that sit next to the incisors. Help in piercing and tearing the food like meat. Number of canines in lower jaw 2, in upper jaw 2, so totally 4 canines will be there. Premolars. Premolars, they have ridges, that is pointed elevators called cusp, and help chew and grind up food. Number of premolars in lower jaw 4, in upper jaw 4, so totally 8 premolars will be there. Molars, they have a large flat surface with ridges that allow them to chew food and grind it. Number of molars in lower jaw 6, in upper jaw 6, so totally 12 molars will be there. In buccal cavity, salivary glands secrete saliva, which breaks down complex compound starch that present in the food material into simple sugars like glucose. How can we prove this? Take two test tubes. Take some starch solution in both the test tubes. In one test tube, add saliva. Wait for some time. Then add few drops of iodine solution in both test tubes. What happens? In both test tubes, we took starch solution, but only one test tube of starch solution without saliva turned into blue-black. Another test tube of starch solution mixed with saliva didn't turn into blue-black color. Why? There is no starch. What it means? Starch present in that test tube was broken down into simple sugars, that is glucose. From this, we can understand that saliva can break down starch and the process digestion starts in mouth itself. You know, eating too much of sweets can cause damage to tooth. Mouth is a living place of many microorganisms. They are not harmful. However, if we don't wash our mouth properly, other harmful microorganisms begin to grow. They convert sugars into acids. These acids act on tooth and damage that. This is called tooth decay. It causes pain in the tooth and even tooth fall. To avoid this, we have to brush our teeth twice a day, in the morning and before sleeping. Tongue. Tongue is a fleshy muscular organ attached at the back to the floor of the buccal cavity. It helps to talk. It mixes saliva with the food during chewing and helps in swallowing food. It has taste buds that detect different taste of food like bitter, sour, umami, salty, and sweet. So far, we have seen the part of digestion that takes place in mouth. We can see the remaining parts of digestion in the forthcoming video lessons. Students, the process nutrition consists of different steps: ingestion, digestion, absorption, assimilation, egestion. The process of taking food into the body is called ingestion. The breakdown of complex components of food into simpler substances is called digestion. The process in which the digested food passes through the intestinal wall into bloodstream is called absorption. The process in which the absorbed substances are transported via the blood vessels to different organs of the body where they are used to build complex substances such as the proteins required by the body is called assimilation. The process in which the undigested food is removed from the body is called egestion. Recap: two types of nutrition: autotrophic and heterotrophic. Heterotrophic can be further classified into herbivores, carnivores, and omnivores. Why do we need food? To stay alive. Animal nutrition includes nutrient requirement, mode of intake of food, and its utilization. Components of food are carbohydrates, proteins, fats, vitamins and minerals, water, and roughage. According to their use, they are called as energy giving food, bodybuilding food, and protective food. Breakdown of complex components of food into simpler substances that the body can use is called digestion. Different ways are there for taking food into the body, like chewing, suckling, filtering. This process is called as ingestion. Digestion in humans, the digestive tract and associated glands together forms the digestive system, and the digestion is carried out by the digestive system. The mouth and buccal cavity is the first part of the digestive tract. In this, the food is taken into the body through the mouth. The teeth chew the food into bits, and the tongue mixes saliva with the food and helps in swallowing. Salivary glands secrete saliva, which breaks down starch present in the food material into simple sugars. Students, please find out the keywords from this topic and define them. Hope you all have enjoyed this part of the lesson. Stay home, stay safe. Thank you.